Hello YouTube and welcome back to GrunfWorks playing KSP, and in this episode we will do two things. First, we will fly our first plane, and second, we will be shooting for the orbit. So stick around and check out all the excitement that we're about to undertake. In the previous episode we had probes that have actually reached space and did a double or triple somersault with a backflip on its radial position, so if you missed that episode, do check it out. But without further ado, we have some sweet science to spend, 89 to be exact. That's almost for unlocking the two nodes, like advanced rocketry and general aviation, but this time I'm gonna focus on advanced rocketry first, and then I'm gonna be sneaking a little bit more science to get also the general aviation. And by sneaking, I just mean attaching some science parts and grabbing some cheap science off the runway. So we place something like this here, yes, a mystery goo, barometer and thermometer, and that should hopefully be enough to give us initial science. And instead of that, I'm gonna put Bob, because Bob is a scientist, so he can actually reset the materials bay and all the other thingies. Right, so Bob Kerman, your difficult mission for today is log temperature, yes, log pressure, thank you. Mystery goo, yes, materials bay, nice. Crew report, thank you. EVA report. Let's just take data, stored all the experiments, and we can also take the data from another set of experiments, which would be very nice. Okay, and then reset everything. Wonderful. All right. Taking some extra science. And perfect. Look at that. While we're here, we might as well take some extra, no, not deploy shoot, take surface sample and an EVA report. Very nice. That's pretty much it. Now look, 55 science, that's more than enough to unlock the general aviation parts. Beautiful. And those will be required because we want to build a space plane. Yes. Alright, I'm actually double timing this because I do want to show you everything that I was building, but I don't really think it should be shown in real time. Let me know how you feel about it. So this is actually 2 times or 3 times accelerated. Sorry for the accelerated music, but I think it still provides a nice tune in addition. Alright. You know, cargo container, and then we have a fuel tank which will put half fuel. We don't need all of the fuel. Perfect. Then let's put, I'm thinking about a tailplane. Yes, perfect. Tail. Looks good. No, crooked. Oh, correct it. Thank you. Swept wings, it's basically just very basic aeroplane design, nothing really too fancy, just 2 fins, and I want to limit the authority because I don't want it to do triple backflips like my probe did, and I also want to limit what each aerodynamic surface can do. So for example, the tailplane, I just want to be control yaw, while the ailerons and tail fins I want to, or you know, back fins I want to control pitch and roll. There we go. Wheel, perfect. Aerodynamic overlay, seems like they're aligned nicely. Wheels, yes. Okay, a little bit, no, that doesn't seem right. Yeah, well, I think like this it will be fine. Perfect. I'm gonna limit the amount of fuel that I'm gonna be placing because I think I'll be also placing the engines. So let's put this 0, mark 0 fuel tanks. We'll balance them out later. Okay, we need intakes. Where are you? There you go. Perfect. Okay, the weight distribution is not ideal, so let's put them on the wings, can we? Or just a little bit behind the back, maybe. That wouldn't hurt. Yeah, so like I said, a very, very classic design. I just want to lower them a little bit. There we go. So that the center of mass and the center of lift are aligned. Alright, looks good. Let's rename it BL Test Plane 1. In case you guys you're interested, I'm also gonna be placing these planes probably somewhere on Steam Workshop or something, so that you can play along with me. Let me know if you're interested about that in the comments below, of course. Okay, there we go. These two. Some science experiments, perfect. And like I said, all vehicles are fully stocked, so you don't need any mods for doing it. You can just put them in, and alright, this is my landing modules. Let's call it landing modules. Now let's correct the chutes, thrust to weight. Seems good enough, I'd say. Clear the runway. Oh, and then we got some extra science. Completely forgot about the capsule. Yes, I just retrieved Bob. Silly me. Oh, and we are bouncy bouncy. Okay, Jebediah, are you ready? And kick it. There we go. Acceleration looks good. Come on. Rise and shine. Oops. I think I did a little bit too much bouncing. Oh, it drags like... Okay, maybe I should increase the authority. Oh yes, definitely. Okay, so that's the part that I screwed up. Okay, good to know. Yeah, now it performs like a champ. The only problem is that I don't have my landing gear. Or the rear landing gear, to be perfectly exact. Ooh, look at it. No, it flies like a dream. And we have plenty of Delta V. I mean, the purpose of this is to get us to the island and maybe just do a little bit of sciencing there, and also provide some additional different type of adventure for Jebediah, who is preparing himself for all the things related to space. But then again, 220, we don't need to go supersonic just yet. I mean, the intent with this plane was never to go supersonic. We are just nice subsonic flight all the way up to the island runway. Flies pretty nicely, we are well aligned, and we'll have definitely an interesting landing, because I only have my front landing gear. I bet you guys are wondering how I'm gonna land. Yeah, at this very moment I'm thinking about that question myself. And the correct answer is I have no bloody idea. So first I want to stall the plane as much as I can, and then I'm gonna be using my alternate landing method, I believe. Stalling it, and there we go. Perfect. It's sort of like flying and just pulling a handbrake, you know, mid-air. It's not the world's smartest move or the world's best move, but given my landing gear is broken, I think it's the best move I've got. See? Like a brick. Okay, brakes, and the most important thing is, look, and it even stands straight. Nice. So, science shall be performed. Crew report, wonderful. And then we have barometer, yes. Thermometer, yes. Wonderful. We can even go EVA. Now, EVA report, thank you. Surface sample. I don't know how can you perform surface sample from above, but it's okay. Recover. So Jeb basically came there, landed, did the science, and then said, help! Okay, so we have 50 science. That's perfect, because that will allow us to unlock the general construction, which we will also need for our advancement further into the space ventures. So, perfect. And back to the second part of the mission du jour, right? Is there anything else we could recover? Don't think so. Okay. And time for building an orbit-worthy rocket. And once again, 2 times acceleration for your viewing pleasure. Okay, pod, science experiments pod, parachutes, yes please. Then science parts, yes. Thermal, heat shield. This is always my return module of choice, so to say. Then let's open these, and then here we're gonna put some more things like batteries. Come on, like that. 2 of them should be fine. Then I want to be placing mystery goo, something like that. Good. Some thermometer, then some barometer. Alright, and then we can close it. See? Easy. Easy enough. Right, so fuel tanks, yes. I mean, obviously you need some fuel tanks if you ever want to get to the orbit. I'm gonna put the Terrier at the bottom. Then I want to put another decoupler. Thank you. Now the big tanks. Okay, what's the thrust to weight? Still good enough. Maybe I want another tank above these. Or maybe even better, one smaller tank above these. Yeah, that looks like about right. Okay. Something like that. And the delta V jumps keeps going up and up and up. Perfect. Now, that's good. Black and white. White. Just white. And you can be black and white. Or checkerboard. That's actually nice. So you just pure white. I kind of like this is more like US style rocket. Then we put like 4 fins for stability and control. Decouplers, yes, because we want side boosters. And I'm thinking on 2 hammers, yes, because those will be working nicely. Then I do want to be putting aerodynamic tops on top of it, yes. Let's see, thrust to weight, thrust limiter. I want to keep them around 1.8-ish, and I think that would be ideal. And yes, I'm deliberately not engaging the center stack, because when we're using the SRBs, I think it's better that we have it like this. I think this is still decent. Let's put you back to white. Crank it up a notch. And I think this would be our maybe additional small reaction wheel wouldn't hurt. And then I'm gonna be putting Rock Orbiter Attempt 1. Also, I will be sharing this guy as well on the workshop, hopefully. I have to figure out still how you do it, but that's the plan anyway. The plan is for me to share all the craft that I'm building in the, or any craft worth sharing on the Steam Workshop, so that you guys can play with me as well. Save and launch. By the way, groups, yes, I want to have this open when I press 1, and let's launch Jeb. See how it goes. 3, 2, 1, ignition. Okay, hammer's kicking in, everything looks pretty good so far. Start a little bit of the tilt already, not too much, wobbly, sure. Okay, and then stage, perfect. Even the rocket boosters, SRBs, destroy themselves mid-flight, and now I'm engaging the orbit parameters, courtesy of the latest update in the Kerbal Space Program, 1.7, Room to Maneuver. Fantastic update, if I may add so, and actually that's the reason why I'm actually now playing stock, because these things have been added. The only thing that I consider is still missing from the actual game would be RCS build aid, because I think that's much needed if you want to do dockings and stuff. Okay, our apoapsis is going up steadily, which is wonderful. Let's still go a little bit more sideways. 100 kilometers, even. Beautiful. Jeb, you are going to space. And I would say I'm pretty happy with this maneuver burn. Could be better, but could be much worse as well. So let's just do it, and I'm also doing it old style, but doesn't really matter. I can always fiddle it much nicer, but I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. We don't need to be super precise at this very moment. There we go. By the way, sorry the game is a little bit dark. I do promise I will crank up the ambient light a little bit. And I actually liking the new skybox as well. It looks kind of nice. Alright, coming up on the maneuver node sooner rather than later, and let's kick it. I also noticed that they actually now calculate at which point each stage has to ignite. If you look at that remaining delta V line, when it's going, it has stages on it, so very nice. Nice touch, squad. Alright, 600 meters to burn. .300 meters per second to burn. Almost there. And ladies and gentlemen, we are orbital. Wonderful. This looks great. Jeb, you are the first Kerbal into orbit. Big congrats. So let's go now time skip until we get on the sunny side for pictures, experiments, selfies and whatnot. Alright, let's see. Turn the rocket so it looks attractive. Marketing is very important. Now, open the bay, let's do science. Thank you, materials study. Yeah, I know that we already used it, so doesn't really matter. Crew report, that's something we didn't do. Observe materials goo. We did it, to a degree. Log temperature, yeah, nothing really new. Nothing really new, okay, fair enough. EVA, now this will be new. EVA report, keep experiment, thank you very much. Reset the materials bay, yes, no, let's keep, no, reset it. Maybe on the place where we land we'll get more science, I don't really care. Now, actually I can use the materials bay for something else. Let's just put out the experiments that we want to be using. Just pinning them, because I plan actually to make some science when we are going back. Do some measurements on the return. However, oh wait, we first have to do also selfies. You know, like screenshot for the episode and stuff. So once again, point the rocket nice and jab, let go, turn around please. Come on, adjust yourself for a nice selfie, will you? Like that. Hold still please. And smile. Yeah, that's the stuff. Alright, now you can go back. Board the vessel. Pretty please. Grab. Yes. Board. Yes. And now point the craft retrograde and burn for the orbit. As always, periaps is being set around 20 to between 20 and 25-ish. 30 something, 24. I think that's good enough. Pointing orbit retrograde. Ditch the booster. I could have used it to decelerate a bit more, but I really wanted to test the thermal properties of this heat shield. Accelerating until we hit the atmosphere. There we go. Now. Crew report. Overwrite? Yeah, no. Collect all. Thank you. Crew report. Upper atmosphere. Thank you. We are in the upper atmosphere. Okay. Lights. Thank you. Containment. Yes, yes. Just hit all the experiments. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You keep the experiment. Thank you. Container. Collect all. Because we don't know what will survive at landing. Jebediah, do quick EVA. You shouldn't be doing this. Yes, I absolutely agree. You definitely shouldn't be doing this. Alright, pointing retrograde. Let's just set you to always point retrograde and then unpin all of these guys. Unpin, thank you. Jeb, look at Jeb, he is ecstatic. And let's do a little bit acceleration in terms of return back to Kerbal. Wow, he is ecstatic. And yeah. Warping a little bit. And let's do a little bit time accelerated as we land down. Hopefully the equipment will still survive. The orbital velocity isn't that great, so it should survive, hopefully. Alright. Now we're wobbling. The temperature is steadily rising, but the ablator is holding. I hope it doesn't blow. I hope it doesn't blow. I hope it doesn't blow. Well, I'm guessing if any experiments were alive in the materials bay, they would be cooked. Okay. Containment collect all. Thank you. Just collect everything just in case. The return seems to be going rather smoothly. There we go. No longer at the risk of, blowing ourselves up. Temperature scan, thank you. Log pressure scan, nope. Okay, fair enough. I just adjusted a little bit light ambient, as you can see. Sorry about that. And we're coming down for some nice, sweet, sweet science. Jettison. Yeah, I should have jettisoned after my parachute fully deployed. Yeah, now it's going down. And we'll hear a bang. There we go. Perfect. Okay, and we are going down for some sweet, sweet science. Well guys, I'm gonna be trying to keep these episodes roughly around the between 20 and 30 minute mark, hopefully up to 25. Let me know. I think that's an optimal length for a KSP video, and do let me know how you like me playing KSP again. A lot of you requested it. Is this fulfilling your expectations? Because for me, feedback is always important. And let's just do some more science before we get the hell out of here. Science, thank you. Some more, perhaps. Mystery goose, you lock pressure, thank you. Lock temperature, thank you. And collect all. Can we do an EVA? Yes, you can. Take a surface sample and EVA report. Perfect. All right. I guess, guys, now as soon as we recover the science, we will be calling this for the episode. As always, like if you like, and we have 70.5 science points. So thank you very much for watching. This is GrunfWorks signing off.